Hello everyone. In Starfield there is a main story mission called Entangled. This is the mission where you phase shift between universes. At the end of the mission the game requires you to either save Rafael or the scientist. But did you know you can actually save both of them? When you talk with the director, she hints at being able to save both of them.
Or in some quantum sense, perhaps you make both choices and both outcomes will be real. Welcome to quantum mechanics.
However, the game doesn't tell you how to save them both. I've done this quest multiple times, but this time I took the time to figure out a way to save them both. And this is how you do it. The first step is to get to the end of the mission where you need to turn off the machine and get the artifact. I already went ahead and cleared the room from all the enemies, and I turned off the robots using the computer in the control room. Once you get to this part of the mission, you will need to go to the universe where Rafael is dead and the scientists are alive. Go below the control room, you will find the corpse of Rafael. Loot his corpse, you will have the probe calibration protocol instructions. These instructions are basically the steps we will take to save Rafael and the scientist. You will need to follow these steps for both universes. The first step in the instructions is to engage all the interlocks. By default, the interlocks are already engaged, so if your objective says 0 out of 7, that means they are engaged, and that's what you want. Remember to do this for both universes. Once all the interlocks are engaged, go to the control room. You can access the control room by entering through the universe where Rafael is alive. There are two computers in this room. The back computer lets you turn off the robots, turrets, and alarm. We need to interact with the other computer though. On the computer, select the Degaussing option. It will tell you that all the interlocks need to be engaged. Start the degaussing process. This option should now display a set of numbers. If there is an error message, you need to engage the interlocks. Remember, your objective should say 0 out of 7. For this step, you need to turn off and then turn back on the interlock switches. So remember the numbers and find those switches. When you approach the switch, it tells you the number. The order does not matter. And all you have to do is turn it off and then turn it back on. And I would do this slowly since Bethesda has lots of bugs when it comes to switches. So do it slowly. And remember, you need to do this for both universes. If you fail this step for any reason, you will need to restart the steps again, so it's okay if you mess up. Now you need to return to the control room. Now click on the degaussing option again. It should now say complete. Now we need to adjust the output and intake levels. Next to the computer there is a note called calibration test. In this note we find out that we need to make sure the intake is 34 GHz and stable. We need to set the output for each universe. On the computer, we are now going to select the frequency calibration option. Initiate the frequency calibration. And in the universe where Rafael is alive, set the output to 24 GHz. And in the universe where Rafael is dead, set the output to 40 GHz. The intake for both universes should say 34 GHz and it should be stable. I don't know if these numbers are different with every playthrough. If it is, you just need to mix and match the output levels until both say 34 GHz intake. Now we are ready for the final step, activating the primary calibration control. Looking at the machine with the artifact, there are two buttons, one on each side. The button on the right will turn off the machine. That's not the one we want to press. The one we want to press is on the left side of the artifact. Once you get there, press the button. Now you need to press it on the other universe. So just turn around and go to the other universe. And that's it. You have now saved both Rafael and the scientist. You will get credits and armor for doing the quest. And since Rafael is alive, you can hire him to be on your ship. You can also talk to the chief scientist and give her your probe control unit and you will get credits. This is a pretty cool mission. I wish Starfield had more missions like this, where you travel between universes and you need to choose a side at the end. I thought there was more missions like this because you can keep the probe control unit and not give it back to the scientist. But I haven't found any missions like this. Let me know, do you like this ending or would you prefer to side with one of the universes? You also need to think about the ethical implications if you're role-playing, because this is either not Rafael's universe or not the scientist's universe, so their lives could be completely different. Imagine one of the scientists has a wife and kids, well now they are in a different universe, and maybe in this new universe that scientist never got married and never had kids. What happens now? I will let you figure that out. And I'll see you in the next video.